Hi, welcome to Reso Biz, episode number 4 of the People's Choice. This week we're going to reveal which neck was chosen. We're going to reveal what depth body we're going to go with. We're also going to get obviously the body in the mold, or at least the sides in the mold, and then we're going to get the back and top glued together. And then we have another question for you, another choice for you to make. Hi, I'm Byrl with Byrl Guitars, and welcome to Reso Biz, where everything is greater with a resonator. Alright, so the People's Choice reveal. The questions were put in order of the body depth and then the neck, but the body depth was so close that I'm going to wait on that one. So we had runner-up was second. We're just going to go with the second. Was the maple, which would have been beautiful. This is it's going to be a beautiful neck for somebody. And there was a few decisions, people wanting the mahogany, which would have been a neat choice, nice contrast to it. And somebody said something, they liked the maple center on it. Somebody come up with putting the spalted maple in the middle of the mahogany, which would have been really cool too. But the ultimate choice, it was a landslide. There's no questions. Was the spalted hackberry with the maple center. So that's People's Choice number 1 reveal today. Now, this one makes me feel almost a little bad, I guess. This is the closest we've had on the votes so far. This whether it's going to be the deep body or the shallow body was so close. We had to count it a couple times, and in the end it ended up being the deep body, or what we'd call the standard body. Now my thought is, for the people who would really like to have the shallow body, bummer, I'm sorry. I actually kind of feel bad. Of course I root for the deep body because that's kind of my preference, but then I know there's those people that like the shallow, and so I kind of wished it for that. But so we're going with the deep body, so I'm excited about it. And I at the end of this video, I want to tell you and remind you, if you don't already know, how you can purchase this resonator when it's done. So I've got our sides here, or I guess it's not our sides, our back, and getting ready to join them together for the People's Choice with the light wood in the middle. And I got them on this little jig I got for doing my book matching. All right. I already checked it earlier, and it was sort of hollow in the middle. I'll put it on a, yeah, that gets it right there. Now what I'm going to do is put this tape on here. I pull it tight. It's elastic, like. This is a frog tape. I've also used, I really like the automotive yellow 3M tape because it stretches pretty good. But this frog tape, I really liked it. I didn't have my 3M tape, so I tried this, and it's got a good elastic quality to it. So I started using this. then I'll just run some glue in the middle of that, close it, press it down so it's flat, and put tape across this way and put something in the middle to kind of weight it down. And we'll have our back together. And then we can put our fancy back strap on it. And there's our board. Or our book match. And then we'll have to route her out a channel for this back strap. Alright, we gotta get this top done. And I'm excited about this top and the way this is gonna look. I've had this for a few years and I'm excited because I've been wanting to use this wood for something. And actually some of it I think is gonna be for one of my guitars. I just haven't started or chosen all the stuff for it. But anyhow, we'll get this thing smoothed up. I got my heat, or not heat light, but I guess they call it candling. See if you can see light through. And I can just a little bit hollow right there. So we'll get this glued together, then get the top brace on it, and then it's pretty well ready for the sides. Get the kerfing on the sides and they'll be ready to go. And that'll do it right there. Alright, I can get that glued together. Alright, we have these sides. They've been in this mold, and I've got these pieces here just pressing the sides into the shape of the mold. And what I'm going to do now is take these out, and see, there's still need the mold, but I'm going to get these sides exactly. First I'll start with the top, but I get the upper bout seam, get it exactly where it's supposed to go. And this is not the neck block we'll use, but I'm going to use it temporarily to get us where we need to be for this neck, or these sides. So I'll clamp this on here, hold that in place, so I can, what I got to do is, I don't know how other guys do it, but I make I'm not sure whether it's in the video, but I make the tail end of this too long when I first prep it to bend. And the reason for that is so I can get it in here and get it locked down good. And I'll see exactly where it needs to be cut, and then I'll cut it after it's marked. It's a beautiful morning. It was rainy. Excuse me. We're starting to get warm weather and sunshine, and April showers bring May flowers, and we're starting to definitely see the flowers. It's wonderful out, and it's kind of a foggy morning, and I got a window right off that way I can look out, and it's just nice to be in the shop, and I'm hearing the birds, early morning birds singing, and it's just fun to be a luthier. Alright. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself with this build and just building this morning. Alright. I'm going to take this out and cut it on, trim up those edges. I've got my pieces, the ends trimmed now. I'm going to see if I can't get the pieces to pop in nice. When I say pop in, I just mean for the ends to, it's like they fit real tight. And they just, when they're overlapping down here, and then when they fit in, they just kind of snap in. And they just barely fit, and I like that because then it kind of holds itself to the edges of the mold all by itself. There it is. Snapped in right there. Then I can just take these off, and it holds on its own. Alright, what I'm getting ready to do is bend this kerfing to go on here. I've got a little piece of tape on this because it just almost is broke through, and I can work with it if it does break, but I hate it when they break. So I'm trying to keep it from breaking. So it looks a little funny, but we'll take it off after we do it. Spray them down. This is mahogany. Let that soak a little bit. And I just gotta, people use torches and different things, all sorts of different, they got heat pipes and stuff, those are really nice. There's, I don't know if it's StewMac or LMI makes a heat pipe that is different stages and radiuses on it. One day maybe I'll get me one of those, I like that. But right now I just got this brass pipe with my heat gun shoved in it. And as you can see, it's warm. So we'll bend this. They're definitely directional. Set it in there for right now. Obviously I gotta glue it, but if I put it in like this, then it can kind of just hold the shape while it's warm. And That piece, if I hadn't taped that on, that piece would broke off by now. Alright, I got my little aluminum foil bowl here. Get my glue in it. I really like these for applicators. They get them at Walmart. I buy them in bulk, but actually my wife needed a little one and bought these probably at Walmart or somewhere. They're little, they're in the craft section. They're just a little sponge on the end of a stick, but they work perfect for this application. And it kind of keeps it from getting too, see that it broke off for sure. It keeps it from getting too messy in the grooves of your kerfing, and makes it a cleaner job. And then also I like the way you can just dab it into the pores instead of smoothing over. I like that really well. The other thing, I think it's right at 3/4, so I kind of use it like a gauge. Most kerfing on guitars is 3/4 of an inch, so this thing works really good for that. You kind of know when I'm putting it on, I know how far down to go, so I don't have to draw a line. Just another thing I have to clean up if I do it. It's funny, I started this and I didn't finish it. That's me talking and trying to work at the same time. So we got our body here with one set of kerfing, and I'm going to take my tape off. We got this on without breaking it, which makes me very happy. All right, so this is done. As far as this is, I need to, we'll do this next week. I'm going to level this rim on this side. We can go ahead and we can put, I now know what body we have chosen. And so it's the deep body, so this is the size that it's got to be. So now all I need to do is put my kerfing on up here, and then this will be ready to, I'll only level the one side at first, and then later you'll see really kind of why. But I'll level the one side and we'll get it ready for the top. And then, so that's coming up next week. And I also want to show you this on the neck. This is I've done this before. The Bobby Poff, I forget what he calls his guitar. I think we named it on my website, ByrlGuitars.com. But his guitar, the Hawaiian curly, or this curly Hawaiian koa, very intricate neck. A lot of detail went into it, and I don't know how many different pieces there was to that neck. But that's how this is going to end up being. I didn't find a thick board, and I feel like I have it somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. And I've got these kind of thinner pieces, and I'm going to glue really what's going to be a 5-piece neck together. Now here's one other thing I want to do. So we're going to have this, and this is going to be awesome because we got this awesome spalting right here in this wood, and then we're going to catch a little bit of that sapwood right here. So that'll flow with a little bit of the sapwood that we got in the sides, or that light color, and that sapwood in the neck. So that's really going to be neat there. But what I want to do is, I've got this, it's like a carbon fiber paper. I'm not sure. They use it for a lot of, I learned it from a high-end guitar builder. He uses it, and you can get it in white too. And he will make pinstripes in his head plates with this, and he'll layer it, and then the edges show. And that's what I want to do with this. I want to put some of this in here like that. And when we make the neck, then it'll have this dividing pinstripe, black pinstripe line dividing the maple from the spalted maple, or spalted hackberry. So that's something else we're going to do there. It's going to be kind of fancy. All right, so I'm excited about the hackberry. That was definitely my pick. Super excited about where we've come with this so far. And stay tuned for next week, and we'll be building some more. All right, so this is this week's choice that needs to be made. Since we're dealing a lot with the neck, and that's what's going to happen this week, I think we'll get the kerfing on, we'll get a back strap in, and I'm going to work on this neck. But I need to kind of know what head you would like, and I've got 3 choices here for the head. I've got the shallow body head, and I'll put it on a deep body if a guy asks. Now, then I have a deep body standard head, and this is kind of what I call the Byrl head, and you can see how that looks. And it's got this taper off the top of here. And there's been, when I first was approached about changing the head, one of my first reasons is because there was somebody had a tuner that would slide off the end. But I've got this Diodario little tiny tuner. It slides on real good. So that's really not an issue. It's pretty simple to get a tuner that'll fit it. But anyhow, there's that shape. And then I'll put pictures on here at the end that you can see of my standard, or the shallow body head. And then I've got an SS head. And it's kind of got a sleek look and a little bit smaller look. And I was inspired by a professional player for that one, and so it's a neat feature. What the other two, this is something the other two. I don't bind it. I can't bind it really because the way I've shaped it and rounded it. But on the shallow body head and the SS head, if we decide to put binding on the fretboard, it's nice to have binding go onto the head too. And so that would be something to think about. Think about how you would vote towards binding on the fretboard. We got that to come in the future, but then binding, if we had binding matching the body, or not have binding at all. This one doesn't have it. But those aren't the options today, but those are things to think about as you're choosing a head. How do you envision this guitar looking? So we have a standard body head, we have a shallow body head, and we have the SS Super Sport head. There's your choices for this week. All right, so real quick, I said at the end of this video I was going to add how to purchase this dobro, and hopefully at the IBMA this year, and I say that because of our crazy restrictions we're under right now, but looks like to me, I think, I'm just guessing, we're going to have the IBMA. It's right at the 1st of October, very end of September, I'll be there if it's open, and we'll be auctioning off this guitar. And the interesting thing is I will only be starting the bid at what it cost me for materials. So it'll be around $800 starting bid on this dobro. So if you're interested in buying it, we'll have a live online auction, or you can be there present, which I hope you would, and play the dobro and bid there as we're doing the auction at the IBMA. So if you like this video, hit the like button if you would. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with some friends. I would love to have other people go along as this journey really of building this spalted hackberry resonator. I'll see you next week.